Today we will be talking about the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution on December 15, 1791. They provide protection to citizens from possible abuses of federal government power.
We have a special guest speaking today, Congressman James Madison, who proposed these rights.
Here we are with James Madison. Now tell us the first few amendments.
The First Amendment covers the 5 basic rights: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press, assembly, and the petition to govern for redress of grievances.
Those amendments should never be taken away. I heard the Second Amendment has something to do with weapons. Could you tell me more about that?
Yes, of course. The Second Amendment gives us the right to bear arms and protects the ability to have a militia.
Right, I knew it was something like that. The last amendment I would like to discuss with you today is the third.
The last is the third that I'm going to be talking about. This prevents quartering troops during peacetime, which is what the British did to America during colonial times.
Thank you, James Madison. Hopefully we will be seeing you soon to cover the rest of the amendments.
We're back again today with James Madison to talk about the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment. Now let's begin.
Hi everyone. I'll begin with the 4th Amendment, which protects citizens against unlawful search and seizures.
Interesting. What is required in order to have property lawfully searched?
In order to have your property searched, a judge must issue a warrant with a probable cause.
Wow, that's a great amendment because it protects the public from taking advantage of their power. Now tell us about the 5th Amendment.
The 5th Amendment protects rights of an accused person.
What specific rights are protected?
Our rights against double jeopardy, due process of law, and eminent domain.
That sounds fair. Now lastly, tell us about the 6th Amendment.
The 6th Amendment revolves around criminal proceedings.
What exactly are these criminal proceedings?
I'm impressed with your questions. Well, the jury must be impartial. A person has the right to trial by jury and speedy trial. The accused must be told their charges and question witnesses against them, and the accused must be allowed to have a lawyer.
Thanks for your time today, James. We'll see you next time when we finish the amendments.
Looks like we only have a few more amendments left. James, will you inform us on these last 4 amendments?
Of course. The 7th Amendment codifies the right to a jury trial in certain civil cases and inhibits courts from overturning a jury's finding of fact.
Okay, so what does the 7th Amendment have to do with the 8th?
Well, because the 8th Amendment states that bail cannot be excessive, no cruel or unusual punishment, and excessive fines are illegal.
How does that apply to civilians?
This means that bail needs to be set at a reasonable price based on the person's financial circumstances. Also, the punishment must fit the crime.
Thanks for further explaining that. Now tell me about the 9th Amendment.
Even though other rights may not be written in the Constitution, the government may not say rights of the people are limited to those listed.
Lastly, can you explain the 10th Amendment?
The 10th Amendment explains that the powers that are not delegated to the United States government are reserved to the specific states. This means that different states can have different rules if not specified by the government.
Wow, that's interesting. That means that rules can be different in a state as close as New York and Pennsylvania. Interesting. Thank you so much for your time today to explain the final amendments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all learned from James Madison.